What is going on, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on FIFA 19 for the Kansas City, or I should say Sporting Kansas City Manager Career Mode. And we're inside the Cauldron today as we're going to take a quick look here at some signings that we've been looking at, or I should say players that we looked at that we now officially signed. And of course we're going to talk about some interesting moves that we could, or actually should be making coming up here as we get closer to the transfer window. So we're getting close to the summer transfer window. That means a lot of teams are going to be making a lot of moves here, either to try to get their team over the hump at the point where they're at in their season right now. We're 11-3-1 with 36 points, the most points right now in MLS, and we're trying to see how we can get better by adding some younger talent to our club. Now, of course, we got quite a few guys here up there in age, kind of in their prime right now, or kind of regressing some. And of course, we want to try to bring in some guys here. As you take a look here at some of the strikers that we're looking at currently right now, I got a little bit of a mixed bag of some younger guys and some older veterans from leagues like the Premier League or in Germany and so on and so forth there. So we're going to try to do our best to really kind of see what we can do that with those players and see how we can bring them in. Now, of course we do have to worry about our designated player. We have 3 of those, and currently right now we have 3. So that means we're going to have to try to move 1 or however many we need to make to keep within that 3. Now, if we do have 4 designated players, that means I will not be able to sign any more players for at least for the time being, at least to the end of the season. So whatever players we have youth academy wise, and that's what I'm talking about, we're not going to be able to bring them in and onto the ball club until the season officially ends, or if a player happens to be injured for the rest of the season, then we could bring in one of our youth academy players that we have currently right now in our youth academy. So that's the only way that we're going to be able to do that. Now, if we do happen to, swap some guys out, as you take a look there, we got a couple guys that we're looking at to possibly sign here with us, and there you see some of the what we're negotiating with them in when it comes to money wise and salaries and stuff like that, and of course you'll see wages here. We're going to, like I said, try to stay within that 3 rule of anybody making 10K in wages as a designated player. Any more than 10,000, of course, remember, and $10,000 in wages, they are considered a designated player. So we can have 3 of those there, and that's what we're going to try to do. So just trying to make it as kind of close to realism to MLS here, and just try to have some fun while we go along here. Now, of course, our seasons, we've had we had a pretty good streak there for a while there, and of course that streak kind of got ended there pretty quickly here in the last about another episode or 2 ago. So we're starting to bounce back here, but we got some players like Tim Molina, also Roger Espinoza, Fuentes, and I believe Gutierrez are all up there in age, and I have a roughly idea of what we can do, especially when it comes to those players. I know with Gutierrez, we want to try to keep him around. Fuentes, we're going to try to see if we can, get him out there on the market, see if someone's interested in him. We know that Molina, we know that people are interested in him, so we're going to put him out there on the trading block. And of course, Roger Espinoza is kind of one of those players that we're kind of on the fence right now. We kind of want him to finish off being a Sporting Kansas City guy, but if he's wanting to leave, I'm not going to stop guys that are wanting to leave. So and of course, that gives now us a great chance now with those players possibly leaving. So that gives now opportunity now for those other players, some of our young guys that are been on the team for a while, or even some of our youth academy guys, to get a chance now to play in on a major league ball club with us. So a lot of questions and a lot of things that we have to try to go, kind of go through. As you take a look there are some of the names there. Sanchez is another name there. Russell and Gorso, of course. Now Russell and Gorso, I will admit, I do not want those two to leave at all, especially Russell, who I believe him and I think Gutierrez are top two scorers. I know for sure Russell is. I really am considering, I don't want to, but Nemo could be a guy that we could be sending out pretty quickly here, as he's not, of course, he's not a pure striker. I really want someone that is an actual pure striker that can do well in the middle there, and especially in the box. So we are looking at strikers, and I think I have two in mind there that we're trying to sign. There's our goalie that we're going to try to go after. He's 24 years of age. He's playing for Columbus Crew, and looks like they are willing to give him up. So we're going to try to see if we can sign him. Now, if we can sign him, then Tim will be going out the door. We'll try to get him. We're not necessarily trying to push him out the door, but we will try to get him somewhere where he's feel comfortable with, if he wants to leave, because I know there's a lot of teams that are interested in him, and we'll try to see if there's any teams still out there interested in him. And now remember, I believe Tim is, I think, 32 years of age, so he still has a couple more years in him playing. I can see him going to a Premier League team, or maybe even a lower tier team there in England. Take a look at the top scorers right now. Nemo, like I said, one of them. Of course, Rooney is on top there. Of course, Rooney will, of course, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's about to get close to retirement here in this second season of this MLS manager career mode. There you see Molina, his clean sheets right now. He's leading the league with those. And along with some others there, you see yellow cards. And of course, we'll see some red cards. So right now, we're just kind of taking a look at some of the top leaders in those different categories there in the MLS. Of course, the U.S. Open, which we have not had a game for quite a while now. I think we should be having one here pretty soon. I don't think it's the next episode, but it might be the episode after that. And then, of course, our North America three-season tournament that we were in. We're to look at, so I think we'll look at some of those numbers there. But for the most part, like I said, those are some of the moves that we want to kind of make. And I think with that being said, we'll take a look here and see that Stefan has agreed to, has accepted our offer there. So he's going to be signed there. He's going to be at $9,700 wages there, 3-year contract, and he's a critical first team player. So congrats to him. So we're going to sign him, meaning that Tim will be going at we're going to try to get him shipped off here and try to get him sold to a team before the transfer window. Of course, all these players that we're going to get, we won't get them until after the transfer window. Andre Green, another player that we've signed, he is playing there I believe in the Premier League, and he's a youngster there, 20 years of age, 72 overall. Really liked his numbers there as a good winger there. He would definitely be a good, younger, not necessarily exact numbers as Gorso, but maybe a younger version of him, and maybe a little bit better than him. That's a debate there you guys can have, but I really liked his numbers there, what I've seen of him and whatnot. And so it's a guy that could be around for quite some time. We could try to lock him into a long-term deal somewhere halfway through that contract there. Javier Hernandez, of course, a West Ham guy, and I know a little bit more about him because besides doing the Wolves series, I also do a West Ham series just on my own, just off camera and stuff like that. And I know what his potential is. I know what he can do. I know he's 78 overall, and he's a 30 or 32-year-old striker. But I think with a couple seasons with him, I would say 1 or 2 seasons with him, once if we can get the strikers that I'm trying to bring in from the from our youth academy there, I think it'll be a really good asset for us to really, so we can really focus in those strikers there and get those guys ready. And then Javier would just be a good way to connect this right now what we're going through to this season once we get those strikers ready to come out here and play. But like I said, that's pretty much what the gist is of this season right now. Got the couple of signings that you've seen there, and I think those are great signings for us. And like I said, we're gonna start moving some guys around, shuffling things around here. Things will start looking different here once we get to, of course, the transfer window, which is coming up here in about another 2 episodes. We'll have a special on that, just like we do usually on this in this series, and I'll show you guys. I really think that's pretty much all the moves I'm going to make for the time being here, unless there's someone that really pops out of nowhere and just decides to sign with us, like Ronaldo or something like that. But I don't think that's going to happen because we just cannot afford him with what he's asking for. But for the most part, I really like the signings we got, and I really like the guys that have been training here, our young guys, and I think they're ready to go here. So making that move here, but like I said, it's going to be tough to try to give up the Espinoza, Nemo. Those are the guys it's going to be really tough to go with, let go, but we're going to have to. As for Russell and Gorso, I'm going to try my best to keep them around. For right now, they've been blocked. They can't be traded or anything like that. But like I said, we're going to do some moving around, some different rotations and stuff like that, so we can give everybody some decent time to play on the pitch. But that is it for this episode of the Cauldron. Hopefully you guys enjoy what we've seen here today and the moves that we've made. If you have any questions about the moves I made and whatnot, let me know down below in the comments section. But thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more Sporting Kansas City career mode here on ESGNet. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. The links down below in the description. But don't forget to like and also to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that bell notification so you guys be notified when this series or any other series here on the channel is uploaded. And follow us on, we also have a Patreon page, so if you want to be a patron to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. And check out the stuff we have on there and how you guys can be a part of the sports gaming nation here on ESGNet. That's it for me. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.